Hey there, Geometry. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Math with Mullins. Today we're going to look at our lesson 11.4 and 11.6, which is covering the surface area portion of pyramids and also the volume of pyramids. So let's go ahead and get started. On your formula sheet, you do have a formula you can use. That formula is going to say 1/2 P times L plus B, where P is perimeter of the base, L is going to be your lateral height, which is your slant height, and then B is going to be the area of your base. This works in every scenario. I will say it'll work best for pentagonal pyramids, and up, so hexagonal pyramids, and etc. We're going to see quite a few rectangular pyramids, and that one we're just going to use a main problem solving strategy, not necessarily the formula here. And then one other thing, just to keep this in mind, this first portion of your formula, that's going to represent the lateral surface area, so just the area of all those faces. We're going to go ahead and get started and talk about this one. So finding the surface area, meaning finding the area of all the surfaces. So we have our base, and then we have our four faces. So the base is a 2x3 rectangle, and that one's easy to find. That one's just going to be 6 square meters. And then the four faces, we have a 3x5.1 triangle, and we have 2 of those. And then we also have a 2x5.2 triangle, and we have 2 of those. Okay. The reason why I'm not using the formula for this one is because the lateral height is not the same for all the faces. That would only be for the lateral height being the same. So 3 times 5.1, and then dividing that by 2. We'll start there. 3 times 5.1 is 15.3, dividing by 2 is 7.65. But we have 2 of those, so timesing by 2 we get 15.3. And then 2 times 5.2 divided by 2, that's going to be 5.2, but then 5.2 times 2 is going to be 10.4. So we're going to add the base and all the faces together, so 10.4 plus 15.3 plus 6, we're going to get 31.7 square meters. Okay. Next up is example 2. If you want to pause here and try this one on your own. If not, we're going to get started. So this one is a hexagonal pyramid, which just means I have a hexagon base. And then I have 6 triangle faces. So with the hexagonal base, remember to find the area of a regular polygon, we want 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter, and we have all those things that we need. The apothem is 5.2, and then the perimeter is 6 times 6, which will be 36. So 1/2 of 5.2 and 36's product would be 93.6. So this is going to be my base, 93.6 square meters. And then the triangle faces, each triangle face has a base of 6 and a height of 8.7. So I'm going to take 6 times 8.7 and divide that by 2. And I'm getting about 26.1 for each triangle, but 26.1, that would be timesing it by 6 because I have 6 triangular faces. So I'm getting 156.6 square meters. So let's add those faces and base together. So 156.6 plus 93.6. I'm going to get 250.2 square meters. Okay. If you want to try this one on your own, you can. I would say be cautious here because we do not know our lateral area which is our slant height. So if you want to pause, go ahead and try it. But when you're ready to check it and try it on, finish checking your answers, let's go ahead and click play. So easy one to find is going to be your base, which is a 2x2 square, so 4 square feet. But then we have 4 triangles, and what we don't know is our lateral height. So we think about this 3 feet being the height of the pyramid, and about halfway through would be half of the base, so 1 foot by 3 feet height. But what we don't know is my lateral height, so we can use the Pythagorean theorem here. So 3 squared plus 1 squared is equal to L squared. 9 plus 1 is equal to L squared, or 10 is equal to L squared. So we're just finding the square root of 10, and that's going to be about 3.16. So now knowing that, each triangle has a base of 2 and a height of 3.16. So let's do 2 times 3.16 divided by 2, which is just 3.16 still. But since I have 4 of them, we're going to take 3.16 and times that by 4 to get 12.64 square feet. So we're going to add that to our base of 4 feet squared, and we'll get 16.64 square feet. Okay. Again, you can still be plugging this into the formula that we talked about at the very beginning. Whenever I talk about the surface area of pyramids, I find it easier to just problem solve by finding the area of all the faces and bases. Next up is volume of a pyramid. This is on the back of our note sheet. This is going to say 1/3 of the area of the base times the height. Okay. Height is different than lateral height. Height is the true height of a pyramid. So we're still seeing area of the base, and then height, that's going to be your altitude, which is the perpendicular segment from the base to the highest point in the pyramid. This first one we'll start off is very easy. We have area of the base times height, and then we'll take 1/3 of that, which just means divide by 3. So area of the base here can be found by saying 2 times 2. The height of my pyramid is 3, and then we'll divide by 3. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12, but then 12 divided by 3 just knocks it right down to 4 cubic feet again. There we go. Next up, we have a pentagon, a pentagonal pyramid. If you want to pause here, go ahead and try this on your own. Once you're done finding the area of the base and the height, dividing by 3, click play to check your work. All right, so area of the base. This is a pentagon base. So I'm going to use the formula that I have for area of a pentagon, 1/2 times the apothem times perimeter. And I have all 3 of those things, or 2 of those things. So 1/2, the apothem is 6.9. And then the perimeter is 10 side lengths times 5, so times by 50. So we'll take 1/2 times 6.9 times 50. The area of my base is 172.5 square centimeters. And then as I'm plugging this in to my formula here, so area of the base is 172.5 times the height of my pyramid is 12, and then divide all that by 3. So 172.5 times 12, and then cut it into thirds. I'm getting 690 cubic centimeters. Okay. Last one. Finding the volume here. Again, take a moment to try this one on your own. Be cautious here because you're not actually given the true height of your pyramid. You're given the slant height. So what can you do to find your true height? All right, one thing we want to maybe picture is my slant height is 7.4 meters. I don't know my actual height, so I'll give that as an H. And then down here is the base. I'm cutting halfway through so that way we can maybe use that as 2.5. would be one way to look at it. But another thing I'm seeing here, though, is when we are looking at this front triangle, that 7.4 is showing this. So I really just need my true height. So again, thinking about my true height is here. So 2.5 again as that bottom, true height unknown, but my slant height being 7.4, okay? So using maybe Pythagorean theorem here, I'm going to take 7.4 squared and set that equal to h squared plus 2.5 squared. 2.5 is 6.25, and then 7.4 squared is about 54.76. So I'm going to take 54.76 and subtract 6.25. So h squared is about 48.51. So taking the square root of 48.51, about 6.96. So that's going to be my true height right here. Okay. So now that I found my height, then I'm going to take that and plug it into my formula, area of the base times height divided by 3. Area of the base is a simple 5 by 5 square. My height is 6.96, and then take that number divided by 3, so 25 times 6.96, 174, but dividing by 3 we're getting about 58 cubic meters. Okay, that'll be all for today. That ends our lesson on pyramids. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time when we start looking at a few more things about some spheres. Have a great day. Bye.